DMV. We are here today. We are here on another weekend day, another great podcast day. I'm here with my guy. As you can see, we're on camera. I'm here with my guy, Nike Portere. How you, sir? How you doing?
Hi, how you?
Cooler, bro. Hey, I appreciate the love and I appreciate the hard work you've been putting into this collab. Episode 43 was looking good. I made sure we did that right, and you know what I'm saying, you had a good solo episode, man. Tell me about that. You know what I'm saying, you went on and did that episode real good.
Man, I had to jump in and do that, man. I had to get that one out the way because I know you was busy.
Oh yeah.
And plus, you know, that was like the topic on that. We're gonna get into that in a few minutes because y'all just stay tuned. But the topic that came up at the time, it was crazy, and I had to jump in and I had to do that because I had my feelings about it. But we gonna get into it in just a few moments, man. So take it away, man.
Man, I appreciate it, bro. Well, just wanted to let This Your Last Sports know that the content that we drop is consistent and precise. We're making sure that we giving out the best content in the DMV for the sports, reality, and everything else that comes with it. And we just make sure when we do these episodes, we have a good time, have a fun time, and everything is constructive. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get into it. Before we get into the first segment though, shout out to my homegirl, Faye. You know what I'm saying? She looked out on giving us a shout out on her page, making a post about us, talking about our description about what This Is Live Sports do. You know, This Is Live Sports is always about giving out good entertainment and good content for athletes who's around here, who want to get into something productively, and that's what This Is Live here to do. You know what I'm saying? Give them the image to where they can just proceed, have better content, and just move on. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate Faith Travel Land Food. Find out on Instagram. That's FAYYS_travel land food. You know what I'm saying? She be traveling all over the DMV, all over country, practically looking at all these great food restaurants. You know what I'm saying? We need find something new to eat. Go on her page, look her up. Hey, you're gonna give me a good detail, you know what I'm saying?
I'm with that.
It's like a little Google review what she be doing, you know what I'm saying? But she's actually in the field, literally looking at these good foods. So y'all go ahead and check that out. But as we get into this first segment, boy, when this don't happen, my boy was gigging. My man was sized. He was so psyched he wanted to do his own solo. And I told him nah, Nick, no. We're gonna go do this the right way.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna do this the District Live Sports way. We're gonna go ahead, talk about this song, but the unexpected of the unexpected.
Yes, sir.
Talk about that trade detail for one.
All right, for those of y'all that don't know what we talking about when we say unexpectedly unexpected, we are talking about the trade, the blockbuster trade that is between the Washington Wizards and the Houston Rockets. John Wall and a 2023 protected lottery pick for Russell Westbrook, a former MVP, 9-time All-NBA, 9-time All-Star. I don't even need to talk about his accolades or his resume because it speaks for itself, man. But hey, man, all I want to say is, man, for those of y'all that have mixed feelings, because I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. When the rumors started happening, this is what we were talking about a moment ago when I did my solo pod. It was just rumors. Now, when the rumors are spreading, I had mixed feelings about it because I'd be lying if I said I was not looking forward to seeing Wall paired up with Bill in this young Wizards team that we got. But when this trade happened, when you take the emotion out of it, regardless of what anybody feels, Washington came up big time.
Let's not jump ahead. We got first, how it affects on both ends.
On both ends?
Yeah.
Well, let me start off by saying that Houston, man, feel bad for y'all, man.
Future looking like, it's not really in their stakes at this point. Everything is just about it's just twilight at this point. Everything is just far beyond. they don't really have nothing to really look on too far potential in playoffs.
Exactly.
What tell me about that, bro? Like, what is really affecting on both ends for this trade, man?
Well, for Houston, I mean, we've talked off camera and we've talked many a times before. For Houston already got as great as they were gonna get. Their championship window is closed.
For sure.
Like, and I'm talking about it was closed before they even made that Chris Paul for Russ trade. Houston already got as great as they were gonna get. You know, so and now they're in a position where one, they're desperate, and two, they're gambling. They're gambling on two players, not just John Wall. If y'all don't know that they signed DeMarcus Boogie Cousins to a 1-year veteran minimum deal, but that means he's coming off the bench, which is smart, but you're still gambling. You know, that's still a player that you're paying, a former All-Star, and he used to be the best big man in the game once upon a time. So, hey man. And the reason why Houston is looking scary is because they don't know what James Harden is going to do.
Oh, that's a lot of speculation with that, man.
James Harden has not even shown up to training camp.
Oh, Lord.
So, hey, man, that speaks volume in itself. Now, as far as the Washington Wizards, now, this does not guarantee us a championship. So I'm going to put that out there now. All right, I don't expect us to win no championship. What I do expect us is to be back in the playoffs. I feel like Russ is gonna give us that edge to make us competitive. He's gonna make us exciting to watch. Yeah, and we're just gonna be a team to be on the lookout for. Cause like if we're being realistic, both the East and the West got better. So that's really all I got to say about that.
Let's not limit the high expectations, of course, but as far as a real relative like Wizards fans like you, you know what I'm saying, is the ceiling higher than what it was before this trade for the Washington Wizards?
It depends on how you look at it. I feel like the ceiling is high. Like if you look at how the trade, look at the spread of our team, the ceiling is very high because of the quality of young players and vets that we brought in. So the ceiling is very high for us. Now, I'm not, like I said, I ain't saying we about to win no championship, you know what I'm saying? But I do see us in the playoffs. We ain't about to be no lottery team no more for a little minute.
Praise the Lord.
Exactly.
But the lottery has been blessing the Wizards.
Exactly.
But if we were winning the trade at this point, in my opinion, I'm going to just go ahead, lay it out. I really do believe the Wizards came up. I feel like the Wizards has finally done a bad contract with another bad contract. However, they got a player who's healthy, who still played a good high basketball level, even at his age. I feel like they're getting a smarter point guard, a more determined point guard, and also a player who's really just a star to where he played above his expectations. Maybe besides having a ring or getting to a championship form again, but he really had hit his ceiling in his career. Like he's almost a Hall of Famer at this point. And with him on his team before he was in Houston, now he's literally in a new start. He's playing with another top two guard. You know, just like he's lethal, who can shoot, create his own shot, really do it all. He's playing with a young, experienced talent, some maybe inexperienced, but he has some potential.
Exactly.
And he's with an old familiar coach.
Hey.
And it works out. It made Japan out to be playoffs.
Exactly.
Compared to what the East have now, far with competitiveness, it's a lot of competitiveness. But the way that the East is shaping out, I feel is that the Wizards can still make a push. In the division, they got some good teams in there in the Southeast, especially with Miami making it to the final last year and the whole bubble NBA. But the Wizards could be that team that could really surprise a lot of people.
I agree.
A lot of people are looking to really just see what these new up and coming teams in the East, as far as like the Nets or maybe like Orlando or so somebody like a powerhouse team, like a big powerhouse team. But nobody is really focused on the Wizards, which is cool. Mm-hmm. Russell is in the new environment, new atmosphere where he can just really do his thing. Really don't have that much shine on compared to as he had like in Houston or OKC, things like that. Like he's really in DC doing his thing, and then he's with a new squad with a familiar coach. I feel like having done now, everything can just it could be there for him. Mm-hmm. Compared to what Houston had with Wall, possibly Harden may leave. I mean, what are they really doing? Are they rebuilding? Are they trying to try something out? I don't even know who's the coach there. I don't know what they have orchestrated down in Houston.
And speaking of Houston's situation, as far as for Harden's sake, like it's just like what you just pointed out, that they have a new coach. I don't know him, but they have a new coach. They have a new GM. They got a new team. And here's the crazy thing: who's on that team?
Yeah.
Who's on that team? So pretty much James Harden is on a new team, and if I'm James Harden, if I'm already going to be on a new team, I might as well go play for a new team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the only thing is he's just wearing the same uniform.
Really?
So, and James Harden's championship window is closing very fast. So
it's closing in Houston.
Yeah, it's closing in Houston, but I'm saying as far as for him, it is closing.
Definitely.
Like it's still the window's still open, but it's closing.
It's nearly like a smidge, like one of the little pico hole type of window where he just watching it from. It's as we get along with this topic, and last thing that we get on, on this last chapter on this podcast, we're already talking about the expectations, what the team should look for, or what to expect in season. As far as with your expectations from the Washington side, and as far as with the Houston side, tell me your expectations for these teams.
For Houston, that's a question mark. It all depends on if James Harden has a change of heart. That's really what it's going to come down to, because the last thing you want to do is, when a superstar doesn't want to be there, the last thing you want to do is have that hinder your team, because it's like we just said, Houston ain't going nowhere anymore regardless. But James Harden is their bread and butter. So if he's not locked in or he's not engaged, then hey, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But for Washington, I don't want to predict our seeding. I don't want to predict records because it's still so soon and we haven't put anything together yet. But my expectations is that we do make the playoffs. That's my expectations.
Man, you preached that a couple of times before we got to the segment, and while talking about this, you know what I'm saying? I can see playoff berth from Washington, and I can see a surprising playoff team, one of them hungry teams that's gonna make it a push. Just like how Miami did, probably did Ross. I just feel like they could add maybe like a few more veteran pieces here and there on their bench, and somebody.
We got the bait to do it.
Yeah,
we got the bait to do it. So.
Yeah, I mean, with the squad you have now, Rui Hachimura, Denny, Bill, Thomas Bryant, Troy Brown
Jr., Ish, Davis
Bertans. I mean, it goes along the list as far as that team. Not too much defense as I can see from the roster, but it's a lot of offense, a lot of high octane offense that I'm really, really excited to see. And I can't wait to these boys hoop. I'm coming out in my Wizards fan mode. This is your last word. Y'all already know me, Ron Parker. I'm an LA type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Like Kobe Bryant, always my favorite player. Lakers always been my favorite team to watch. You know what I'm saying? Had favorite Lakers to watch over the time in my whole 25 years of life. But seeing the Wizards now where they at, I'm really count them in. Whenever Kobe wanna take their time, slip away, and they can start opening up these stadium and concert or everything like that, I'm gonna get some tickets at that Capital One Arena. I feel like it's deserved. It's really needed. It's really needed for the culture.
Mm-hmm.
A player like Russ, you put him in DC, that's gonna get some tickets in.
Exactly.
That's gonna get some money.
Russell Westbrook is a superstar.
Yeah,
Box office.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. That's what people is going to pay for.
exactly.
Hey man, quick commercial break. Shout out to my boy Artie. Shout out to WGG Tax. They will get you right. They will make sure everything on your end with finances is corrected and taken care of. They take care of accounting services, tax prep, and also first year business assistance. If you need any type of assistance with your finance or anything else like that, go look out for WGG Tax. IG at name is WGG Tax. Don't forget about that. Let's go on to the real segment. We're already on the basketball talk. I love talking hoops with you. We can talk all day hoops, but there's a lot of sports. We got to tap on different sports and things like that. But you here. You here with it. We got to touch on this basketball topic. NBA starts December 23rd. But the real game starts on the 25th.
Yep.
Mention on some of them Christmas matchups if you got it.
You got New Orleans versus Miami. That's the first game.
That's exciting.
That's exciting, but not really the typical Christmas game that you would really get. Normally, the teams that play in the finals will play Christmas. I would be looking forward to Miami and the Lakers playing the closing game. But hey, with the way the world is right now, things gotta happen the way they happen. So you gotta get in where you fit in. So either way, that's gonna be a very interesting game. That's gonna be a very interesting game to see. Also, man, the matchup, one of the matchups of all matchups, Boston versus Brooklyn.
Oh, that's a matchup.
That's a matchup.
Kyrie playing against his old foe, his old familiar team.
Exactly.
I can't wait to see that.
KD, man, that's gonna be. I cannot wait to see KD play, because what
Everybody can't wait to see
everybody because the NBA has been so different without that man in the league, playing. It's just I can't wait to see it. Then of course you got your LA Lakers playing the Dallas Mavericks. That's gonna be another interesting game.
That's gonna be a huge game.
Huge game.
A young winning team like Dallas facing against NBA championship. Shout out to the Lake Show, LA Lakers. That's gonna be a great game. You know what I'm saying?
A great game, man. That's gonna be a matchup that everybody's gonna be wanting to see. And the last game, the Clips versus the Nuggets. Everybody knows the Clips are the stepchild to the Lakers. Big disappointments, but. That's the past now. Sky's the limit for them. Not my team, I'm proud, but hey.
They still a good competitive team. They still got some stars.
Oh yeah, they still gonna be there. They still gonna be in the conversation.
But the team that they playing, man, they're a real legit team.
Denver
legit team. Is really a good young talented core.
Exactly, and if they keep that core together, Denver could possibly have a championship in the near future.
And that's mainly just it for with NBA Christmas games. Christmas gonna be feeling like another Christmas again. I can't believe they actually having a 72 game season. They just extended it on a time period frame. And it looks like maybe having basketball in the summertime. I can't complain about that.
I can't complain about that.
Last year in summer, it was kind of like odd seeing games inside of a bubble because it was like watching you was watching the NBA G League games. But now it's like actual players playing it, and it's like there's no crowd, so it's like playing a rec. But then it's like they're hooping.
They hooping.
And
they hooping.
And they had to hoop at its best just to make it. Some teams lacked, some teams gave up. They won't be in that bubble no more.
And then other teams that they strive.
Yeah.
They made that stride. So
Hey man, it's good to see basketball coming back. It's good to see everything coming back in form, even dealing with this COVID situation. Man, I hope everybody's out there, stay safe, hang on, keep your faith up, keep praying, and just, make sure that everything around you is sane and positive. Because right now, in the world, we're going through some hard, troubling times, but we're here to remind you this is Last Sports. we got this. As we go on to the topic, I just want to, at the end there, let's talk about this free agency.
Yeah.
As it's wrapping up, everything closing up, looking like everybody's going to their camps. It looking like the young stars of the future are re-signed and they're at their homes. I'm happy to see my boy Ingram find him a home in New Orleans where he can flourish. I'm happy to see Aaron Fox, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, Bam Adebayo. They re-sign us, and it looking like AD is really the promising future of the LA Lakers. Even with after Bron, whatever he do, at least we have AD.
At least. And you'll have him for the remainder of his prime.
Yeah,
So
which I'm really happy for.
Yeah, that's why y'all traded for him.
Bron, happy he's here for another 2 years, and I'm not even mad about the extension. He deserved it. Now, Bron deserved anything he wishes for, anything he wants, because he deserved it, because he put in the work. You know what I'm saying? You literally will see it. So, everything with that for our free agency. What's your thoughts on free agency and your best highlight? Besides the Russell.
No. We passed that. We passed that.
I know that was your highlight, though.
Yeah, that was only my highlight because that happened at the 11th hour, and I didn't expect that. Nobody did.
Yeah.
So, hey, I ain't got no complaints. But but we're past that. One of the free agency moves that I was very shocked that happened early was the CP3 trade to Phoenix.
Oh yeah, that was insane.
CP3 in the Valley with Devin Booker. That's gonna be tough. They got Jay Crowder. I forgot about that. They picked up Jay Crowder. They re-signed Dario Saric. They still got DeAndre Ayton. And they got and they still have Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson off the bench. I don't really know too much about that backup point guard situation and none of that. But they also drafted Jalen Smith out of College Park. Shout out to him, man.
Phoenix love them boys from Maryland.
They love, yeah. Hey, it's all about can they develop them and keep them for long term. So, I mean, Phoenix, they looking real good right now. They're in a better position. And they're going to be one of those teams in the West that's going to really be competitive and really exciting to watch. And I'm really happy for Devin Booker because that's going to elevate his game. So
I feel like my highlights out of the whole free agency between two teams, but I gotta choose one. I really like Charlotte and their attempt that they're trying to be competitive. Michael Jordan wants to see a team with a team that has low expectations from the league, but had them ranked high so that they could play better and ball harder. They got a young core, and I got a little bit of an Asian Gordon Hayward, but still serviceable. But at this point, between them, I like Atlanta.
Yeah.
Atlanta is really making the moves. They're also making maybe a possible buster, a buster trade where they can just make something happen and really contend. But if I was with them, the way they shaping out, they're really looking like a real scary team. Yeah, a young team for sure.
Especially with the additions that they made with Rondo, Bogdanovich, Gallinari. They still have their young core too. I think for that team, it's all gonna come down to coaching and them having that chemistry because I don't really know too much about their coaching like that. So I can't really say I can't really say much. We can only hope for the best for them. But I think coaching is all going to come down to it when it's all said and done.
Yeah. The moves that they made was definitely good for them. Definitely good for Trae Young.
Definitely for Trae Young.
For Honey and pieces. And a lot of young talent there that's just placed there, but maybe should possibly get moved or whatever that happens. I like the young talent they have. I love DeAndre Hunter. I love Cam Reddish. And I love the dude from Maryland, from Kevin Herter. But whether they know or how to really move all of that throughout the season, if they're still together, if they don't know how to maneuver,
that's a great package.
I feel like they should really package that and give them to a team where they have a superstar, maybe a James Harden or whoever they could really possibly look out for or fish out. But with them, Atlanta got a bright future, and they look like they ready to contend right now. So let's go on with this topic. And last thing, but not least, We got two little questions. We mentioned his name a bunch of times so far, but we might as well just really see what it is, what it's not. James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
Is he really on the next move? It's looking like it.
It's looking like it because it's like we said earlier, James Harden's championship window is very closing, and I feel like at this point in his career, yeah, he may be the scoring champ, averaging 36 a game, and he's doing all this 2K stuff. That's all good, and all. He won an MVP, so that's cool. But I think at this point in his career, with all the failures and all the high expectations, that were let down, I think he seriously, wants to win a championship. That's how I feel. I don't know, that to each his own. Everybody has their own opinions about him. But I feel like at this point, James Harden wants to at least have a chance to compete for a title again. He had it, like, the ceiling already done got high for Houston, and they let down. So I feel like at this point, especially with the way the West is looking, he doesn't have much of a chance in the West because the Lakers, Houston is not beating the Lakers. They're not beating the Clips. They're not beating Denver. And I can name about 6 other teams that could possibly get them out the way. So I feel like his best bet is to, if Houston does right by him or go about it, is to come East, because East is, the way we talked about this, East has got a lot of powerhouse teams.
Yeah.
So his best bet is to come this way.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that should be the best thing for him. Definitely, James Harden is still he's a lethal athlete in the league, so where he could still benefit a team. He would still lead a team.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, Houston really can't do no justice by him. I mean, I've seen it over the years where in their free agency offseason, they sign these 1-year minimum deals to these players who just played 3-and-D, not really that much to where it can help benefit Harden. I feel like Harden deserves better as far as a management standpoint. I feel like he needs to be in the atmosphere where he can be more comfortable and content of winning into something to where he's serious. In the past, I feel like Mike D'Antoni and what they had in Houston was okay, but it really wasn't everything to what expectation that James Harden needed as far as him to move on and benefit him to get a championship. That needs to end. That needs to end now. Hoping my man can just leave, go whatever. Maybe Brooklyn, maybe Atlanta, maybe anywhere that could get him going. Maybe, send him to Dallas or whatever team in the West that could be a sneaky team that could just have him at least contend for that championship.
Yeah, and
anywhere but Houston.
Anywhere but Houston. Yeah, definitely, because he's still guaranteed under contract, I think 2 or 3 more years. So they're gonna have to move him. So, but the thing about what Houston is, they know that players like James Harden don't come around every day.
They don't.
So they're gonna have to really get something back for him. They can't just get him for anything, or they can't just let him walk. So we shall see, man.
We shall see. Let's see about this next commercial break. We gonna hit it on my man's business. He just launched it a few months ago, and he's already on the rise. He got your Supreme bags, got your Xbox One Series or your PS5, anything you want to order, even with kicks. That's who he is. He sells everything authentic, everything legal, everything good. Follow my man's Jesse's Kicks. #1 DMV, legit shoe plug. He can do it all. Everything 100% authentic, and slots available for specific releases. Y'all go look him up on Instagram at Jesse's Kicks. Look, every Yeezy, every Jordan, Off-White, anything that you can really look for, Balenci, Prada, anything you want to seek out for, you hit that man up. Everything's legit, everything's authentic. I've already caught maybe about 2 or 3 shoes from this man, and I spent a little bit of money to where it was probably a little bit too much, but it's been good business, and he's always made sure that I was taken care of. That's the service that you would get from Justy Kids. Make sure you hit him up, find him on IG, and go mess with my boy. he will get you right. For the next segment, how about that Washington football team? Man, they won 2 games in a row, beating some slum teams. Hooray, ain't really not special, but they're winning.
You know what I'm saying? A win is a win for this football team.
Definitely. They getting it done. They got it done on Thanksgiving. They put a pound on Dallas. We beat 2 in a row this season. Got them out the way, so we ain't got to worry about no Dallas hater no more. But we got bigger things to look on. We're tied in first with the New York Giants, who currently got 2 on us a season, so we're really depending on them to lose in order for us to even win a division. And it's about 5 games left. You won't even believe it. It's literally 5 games left.
Man, the season went by quick. That season went by quick.
This year went by quick. Yeah. Thank God. But the season went by definitely quick. It's already December, and it's starting to be playoff seeding mode. So right now, we're literally tied with New York, trying to get in and slide into the playoffs. And it looked like it's just a win in and you're in. But for us, man, we got some opponents to play for the next couple games. But right now, the hardest opponent we got to worry about is the undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers. However, let's talk about the last game that Pittsburgh played. I don't know if you watched the past, what was it, the Wednesday game? It was actually a Wednesday game in the afternoon. Nobody probably even knew about it.
Nah, I was at work.
I actually came home from work, and guess who was playing?
Who?
RG3. He was playing tonight. Didn't really do much. But Baltimore actually gave Pittsburgh some bump. They actually Baltimore at one point had to put in the 3rd string game. And they scored, and they made it a tight game. So you would think a team like Baltimore, who didn't have any starters because of COVID updates, and they didn't really have much to give to Pittsburgh to compete with, they gave them a game. They gave them a game to where they needed to go out and just try to win it. But Baltimore gave them all that they got, and they're actually a way better team than us. They actually came to Landover and beat the crap out of us. Yeah. The way we're looking now, competitive, look like we can actually do anything. Pittsburgh, the way they playing, people are saying we have some upside. Now let's not talk crazy, Nick. Yeah. But let's be real. Let's keep it 100. That's what this last post is all about. We give our strong, opinionated, basis answers. What do you feel about this Monday matchup? Not on Sunday because Pittsburgh had a late game, but Monday matchup against Pittsburgh Steelers in their hometown in Hinesfield. What'd you feel?
Man, we can only hope for the best.
Man, I need an answer. I need an answer.
That's the best answer you're gonna give me.
I need a more structured answer. You gotta answer that. Did you guys expect off of this game?
Hey man, Pittsburgh's looking too unbeatable right now. Even though no team is perfect, and football is any given Sunday, Monday, or Thursday, or Wednesdays now. So it's possible that we could, pull off the upset. We won 2 in a row, as you pointed out.
Mentioned Bud Dupree went down an ACL tear, one of the best defensive sack leaders. So they had a big loss on the defense now.
Yeah, so hey, it can happen. We can win. We can win. It's any given night, any given afternoon. Hey, like I said, gotta hope for the best.
Hope for the best. Let's hope for a win. Let's hope for a victory. I don't remember Washington Redskins or Washington anything being Pittsburgh. Maybe in baseball, where the Washington Nationals play the Washington Pirates. The Washington Nationals play the Pittsburgh Pirates. But we're talking about Pittsburgh Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger. Juju. The whole defense, whoever everybody got 11-0 against us, 4-7. Alex Smith. You know what I'm saying? We got some talent. We got Terry McLaurin. We got Antonio Gibson. I've been mentioning about this last little podcast for a minute now. My man Dane, shout out to him. Episode 44, talking about a whole episode of Terry McLaurin. But Is that enough to play against his team, bro? Is that really enough? I mean, our defense is solid.
Yeah, the defense.
We number one in the pass defense.
Yeah,
We could really slow them down.
Yeah, and what I've said before on a few episodes, defense can't do much and the offense can't produce.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we gotta work with what we got. And we're gonna hope for, just like you said, we're gonna hope for a win. Hopefully we can pull off the upset. Yeah.
Man, but before we move on, bro, we gotta talk about that tangibles, though. We gotta talk about their differences and our differences. You know, like our defensive line against their offense. Because for sure, as people were saying, I mean, they only look like they may not have encountered because of COVID or injury, but just their offense alone, Johnson, Claypool, Juju. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger having one of the best years. Everybody been saying they really looking like that team. You know, maybe people not having them as a team yet in the AFC because of Kansas City or anybody else who's under them, but just them alone, Pittsburgh, it's really looking outstanding. Now against our defense, you know what I'm saying, with Kendall Fuller, with Ronald Darby playing with his best years, you know what I'm saying, and with the defense of the front we have with Jonathan Allen, Ron Payne, Chase Young, do you think we have enough to at least slow them down for something?
I mean, I do, but it's all gonna come down to them actually doing it.
Yeah.
It's all gonna come down to the game plan.
Right.
Like, what's gonna be the game plan? Because you gotta remember, like, we're on the outside looking in. We're just fans,
Yeah.
and journalists. So we can only go off of what we see and what we've known. So, hey, hail to the football team.
Oh man.
That's
That's not giving me no hope, bro.
Hail to the
That's not
football
giving me
team.
no hope.
Amen.
It's alright. This is Live Sports. We're gonna make sure that we get everything straightened out with our differences on these matchups in football. But anything beyond that, in my opinion, on the move we're looking for, I feel like Washington could definitely give them some bump throughout our defense. I feel like we could definitely take the ball away from them maybe a couple times. If we get them in the right spots, I feel like their run game won't be that much good against us. You know, we have some weaknesses in the run defense for sure, but as far as with Pittsburgh looking like their backfield, it's not really the strongest right now, even with James Conner being out. With them passing the ball, and that may just be our best thing looking forward.
That's our best bet.
Yeah, because we're number one in pass defense, and it showed.
That's the best. That's our best bet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if Pittsburgh, because that's probably what they're going to have to do is keep the ball in the air. So that's where we're gonna have to make our stride at.
Yeah, you gotta get that pressure on Ben, because he's not as mobile as he used to be back in the day. You know, so having Chase, my man Montez Sweat,
yeah.
who caught that interception touchdown, and then you got Payne and Allen. You know, them guys can really feast on that boy.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on offense now my expectations on Tony Gibson, I'm hoping my man can just pull something out of his sleeve. Terry McLaurin, he can do his thing. Whoever checking on him, even with Minka Fitzpatrick, I feel like he can just go by that defense. It's whether that or not this team may want it or not, just like you said. So we got a nice matchup on the
Yeah, honestly though, with Antonio Gibson, because he a weapon. He can play the receiver and the backfield.
For sure. Yeah, I would just hope that everything aligned that whoever Ron Rivera got us scheme against Pittsburgh and could work. Hopefully they could do some like more trick plays like they had out, just like when we were doing against Dallas. You know, they had some little bootleg or triple where they had some option plays where they just pass it out to the tight end. The tight end was throwing the ball all the way down the field to Terry. Or, you know what I'm saying, do some more like 3 to 4 wide receiver options. I mean, something where like we could just be effective on offense. But let's not get too excited on that, too overwhelmed. We're just gonna wait out for the game on Monday. We was supposed to play on Sunday, but of course with COVID, they pushed the game to like a day further, and now it's looking like we may have a slight advantage just because of Pittsburgh is like all over the place. You know, we're kind of like up to beat now, and we actually got more rest. So we got actually have just a little slight more advantage. We just gotta play up to it.
Yeah, and plus the football team, excuse me. We feeling confident right now. So, hey, we just might pull off that upset. Like I said, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it too. I'm working on Monday, unfortunately. But shout out to Ballin' With, my good man. My man gave me his NFL Network login. I've been watching the games on the go. Shout out to my boy Ballin' With. He's a great sport videographer himself. He records games on the go, any tournaments that he'll have. He'll be giving out grand prizes, raffles, anything that's going on. We're about to have like a little Ballin' With This Is Last Sports gaming tour with 2K or Madden. So y'all should look out for that. And look out for my man Ballin' With. Great sport network person. You know what I'm saying? Great videographer, all of that. Y'all should look out. Commercial break. Shout out to my boy Easy Films. That guy is the truth. Look up him on IG at Easy Films. He's a great videographer, photographer, creative director, graphic designer, and a cinematographer. Everything that he offers is great service. Y'all should look out for him. Really good video service where he can provide for you. And anything that you need, y'all make sure y'all hook up and hit up Easy Films. Now, quick update or quick question. It ain't really a segment, just a little side note, but you watched last week's fights?
Yeah, I watched those fights, man.
We ain't gonna talk about the who fight, but we is gonna talk about the Mike Tyson and Roy Jones fight. Just seeing them coming out of their past twilight primes, whatever it is, the retirement homes, looking like two granddaddies fighting at a barbecue over some chicken. Did you enjoy that fight?
Man, no.
Rate the fight 1 out of 10.
Fight was like a 5.
Oh crap.
Fight was like a 5. The reason why I say that is because Roy Jones, he didn't want to get hit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it looked like Mike didn't want to hit him in his face because he knew that.
Oh, he did? Nah, he wanted to kill him.
Yeah, he did. I'm saying it's like he did, but then he didn't because he knew he would have hurt him. So he just went for his body. I know for a fact Roy Jones Jr. His body is job toe up right now because the body shots that Tyson was giving him was job. Like, I know them Jones still have power. So hey man, but yeah, that fight was sad, man.
You seen the way Mike Tyson was throwing them haymakers, throwing them quick jabs.
Yeah.
He looked like he still got it.
Mike Tyson still got it.
His leg was just a little bit wobbly. Like, he wasn't really getting his good stance, and he was just kind of like hobbling. Roy Jones, he was like throwing punches, but he was like countering by grabbing.
I mean, Roy was trying to fight the way he used to fight, with that, I don't even know how to.
You can put it in the camera, bro.
I don't even know what he was doing there. But it was not effective at all. He kept grabbing Mike, so he didn't want that smoke.
No, he did. I mean, but to be honest, as Roy Jones, as impressive as he is, he's one of the most smart and one of the most strategic fighters I've ever seen.
Yeah, he was a pound for pound champion.
Yeah, dude is really smart when it comes to like combos and smart hits. Like, he knows when to throw them, know where to land them, and the timing. I mean, even with some hits was kind of dirty. Some hits was actually a little bit edgy. But he actually made some good hits where he landed on Mike, and Mike couldn't really defend. It's just that Mike, where he looked like in his eyes, he looked like he was searching for blood.
But that's who Mike Tyson is. Mike Tyson is like a pit off his chain. So imagine, just imagine Mike Tyson at his height in the 80s and the 90s, where
boy, I would be afraid of you watching them.
Bro, the amount of fear that Mike Tyson used to put on people just walking in a room,
yeah. Even actors, I said, man, the amount of fear he just gives out, and they just doing like a film.
Exactly.
I mean, this thing that he did, bro, it's lethal and very, very like horrific. Like I would never want to step in the ring. I think today, like even the fight we even seen, I'm 25 years old. He probably like almost 60.
Mm-hmm.
I would still not fight that man, bro. I probably will just be a little B-word and just not even like step onto it. I'll be like, yeah, bro, you got it, bro. Like you can have all my lunch money, my gas money, all that. Like just don't hurt me. Like that's the type of feel that man Mike Tyson just look like. You know what I'm saying? I may run from him now because he old. But if he was in a ring, like in a corner, boy, I would die. Like I'm not serious. You know what else was serious?
What?
I had to do it. Just your last sports, I had to do it. That Jake Paul hit on Nate Robinson, boy, put the brick on that man. Like he really made him a new drug. They now I asked my mans, and you know I don't want to talk too much just about sports, but and they said they got some Nate Robinson back now.
That's OC.
Yeah, it's really that deep. It's really that serious, bro.
That's OC.
That man is really
cause when they finally like woke him up, like Nate Robinson looked like he was on Ambien, bro.
Oh man,
he looked like he was on Ambien, like for real.
I was wondering like, and I give him props because he really stepped out in a ring to a boxer. He fought literally a boxer who really trained to be.
Jake Paul is.
But no. They said he actually trained.
He's a little bit more advanced than Nate, but he's not a fighter.
He is now.
Yeah,
he's 2-0. He was 1-0 before the fight. Technically, he's a legit boxer. And Nate Robinson is a legit boxer. Now that's on your record. That's real boxing record though.
Let Jake Paul step into somebody that really.
Yeah, I mean, somebody was like 20-0, 30-0, like of course. But I mean, he could. I think if Jake Paul really took it serious, which he is, what I've been seeing on YouTube, look like he could legit fight anybody who's up and coming boxers. Once a year go by, he could possibly still be at a good record, maybe with some KOs on his belt, depending on who he fight. They probably not. He really not sweet. Like he actually knew what he was doing, or from what it looked like, it just looked like Nate Robinson ain't knew what the hell he was doing.
Yeah, he thought this fight was. He came into this fight thinking this gym was sweet.
It was in the streets, or they thought it was like an NBA altercation tech file, like where you could just fight. Nah, it ain't none of that. I never even seen him in a fight in the NBA. To even think like, wow, this man's fighting. Like, I don't know.
Nah, I seen him press CP3.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I seen him press because you know CP3 not a fighter anyway.
Nah, CP3 ain't no punk though. I seen him stood against a lot of players, and he always stood his ground.
I mean, granted, when CP3 see Rondo was on site, that's probably the only thing. That's probably the only thing. But hey, that fight was wild. Somebody, one of them NBA teams, man, y'all need to get that man a contract or something.
That's done. That's done. He can't even commentate after that. He can't do what we do now. That's done. That's out the window. No more of this talk. Let's move on to the next segment. Hey, let's go ahead, give a shout out. I want to shout out to my mans on Instagram. She has one of the best food caterings that I ever laid on Instagram for all the DMV businesses. Her business name is Coming Shop. She has her own LLC. Anybody don't know that means she has a legit business, corporation. She caters anything that you crave. You crave it, we make it. She makes one of the best Afro-Caribbean dishes, one of the top caterers. She made private dinners, private reservations, whatever you got anything set up, your family, your boo, your love, you know what I'm saying? She's a private chef and located in Gaithersburg and Townsend. So y'all hit her up. The page explains it for the soul. I just shared My boy Nick. Food look
Yeah,
real
man.
bomb.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? My man asked me what you had for dinner. I mean, Heroic Worship, you know what I'm saying? It looked like some bomb Caribbean food. You know what I'm saying? Everything that she got, it looked really good and legit. Y'all should make sure y'all tune into it and see what page we call. Coming short, IG name, y'all go ahead and look her up. Now, it look like here, we almost about done for real. But you had something in your mind, bro, that you want to share to the audience. And I really want to see what you wanted to actually tell to the audience with this Last Sports podcast. What you wanted to say to the audience?
Man, this is strictly for the young athletes across the country, across the globe, wherever you are, man. I just want to say that, like, there's nothing wrong with pursuing sports. There's nothing wrong with that. As you can see, I love sports. My man Rob loves sports. We love talking about it. We've enjoyed playing it in our youth days. And now we're journalists. We get to talk about this. And this is something that we enjoy doing. We enjoy watching young athletes come up and make it. That's a beautiful thing. But my message to the youth is to get an education, to really, give yourself time to, see what else is out there in the world. Because there's so much more to the world than just sports. Like I said, I'm not telling you not to pursue sports because, hey, I love sports and I know you do too. Sports is the ultimate goal. You can make a lot of money, but there's more to it. You know what I'm saying? And always remember that being a professional athlete is not a career. It is an opportunity. Because it's an opportunity that can be taken away from you at any given moment, regardless of how many guaranteed dollars you got. It can be taken away. One injury that can change everything. One mistake in life, anything can change everything. So I just want y'all to remember that. And that's all I got to say.
It's a good message, bro. That's a real powerful message for all the youth and all the young people that's out there. This is Live Sports. We're out here to make sure that we can help you with these dreams and have you hit these obstacles where we can make sure that you reach that level. Even with us, even if you're not guaranteed to the professional level or the prestigious levels where you want to be at, we still want you to always have a good opportunity in life, whether what it is. So make sure you hit us up, make sure you hit my boy Nick up. You know what I'm saying? We're always here to talk, always here to give you the best advice and ideas, the best way we could. You know what I'm saying? We know why it's perfect, but this is what this Last Sports is here to do. Here to give you inspiration and aspiration about everything that you want to do for your life and so on. Just want to give a couple more shout outs. Shout out to the Kennel Apparel as I got on. Wanted to make sure I put that in the video. And everybody, want to shout out to my crew, my boy Dane, my boy Nike Portere, Marlon, everybody who participate in the Last Sports podcast. And hey man, I just want to let y'all know, we are here. Y'all stay safe. Make sure y'all tune in to everything that we got going on. We got some more Keep on the Way podcast, episode videos, all of that. So make sure y'all keep following the Last Sports on Instagram and y'all keep tuning in on Marlon Parker, Nike Portere.
Yes, sir.
Man, y'all make sure y'all have a good weekend. Peace.